2, 3. There should be audio now on YouTube. Thank you very much. Hi, Bridget. Thank you so much. Hello, Janine. Good to see you. Busy with university project, but finally saw the notification in time to join. Hello. Wonderful that you were able to join us from South Africa. Lovely. Hello, Star Bernice. Hello, Nicole. Good to see you. Wonderful. Hi there. Hi, sweet fairy-ish. I'm sure there's a story behind that name. Hi there. So yeah, today, before we get into the message from the Divine Collective, my guardian angel John came into me this morning and said, "Hey, William," he said, "have you noticed how calm the sun has suddenly become the day after the election?" I hadn't made that correlation. You know, even though many times they've said through me, they've said that human collective unconsciousness interacts with the sun all the time, and the sun reacts and responds to our dominant emotional undertones as a species. And I hadn't put that together. Isn't that fascinating? The last few days, the sun's activity has really dropped down after this movement in consciousness. People, it's not about the election, folks. It's about a movement in our collective unconsciousness. And anyway, John was saying that this morning. I was really delighted that he pointed that out. That's an actual thing that's really measurable and observable. And and which kind of fits into what the Divine Collective wanted to talk about, the calm after the storm that we're in right now, that you realize and have the opportunity to recognize. Hi, Garrett. Good to see you. Hello, Marvin. Hello, Harley. Good to see you. Hello there. Hi. Yeah. It wasn't about the election, folks. What's changing is our consciousness collectively. You know, it doesn't matter whether you put a symbol in place like Donald Trump or Jesus Christ or Buddha or Yogananda. It really is about a movement in our collective unconscious that as you know that follow this channel, this whole channel is an ascension channel, and the whole focus of the primary focus of this channel is to assist humanity in shifting its collective unconsciousness from fear to love. And it was very important that we did that. And I'm really excited about this. So now you're in this calm after the storm. It is a very good time to get into proper, good, and healthy practices for your body, for your mind, and for your soul. The time where your human collective unconsciousness now is breathing a sigh of relief, recognizing that there is truth and there is justice and there is integrity in your leadership. And this will be very clearly and profoundly articulated in the coming months ahead. The horrific manifestations of fear that were beginning to become quite dominant in your societies and taking root shall now be ripped out by the roots. This darkness and evil that was taking over the heart of humanity will now be removed from your heart. If you continue on this path we will use the term righteousness, but not in the sense that your religious mythologies would speak about righteousness. Righteousness in the terms of that which is good and true and right and sustains the well-being of life in all of its forms. This is the context in which we speak about righteousness, that which is good and right and beneficial for all forms in this world. As you see this, a reawakening of your humanity, the function of love, as it begins to reassume authority over the directions of your actions, your words, and your deeds, both individually and collectively, for it takes the participation of all of you, whether you know it or not. Even those that were, as you say, evil or bad, played their role in assuring that a very specific and, well, let us say, a divine outcome was possible for you. In this calm, as we have said, it is important you begin to evaluate how you treat your sacred temple, how you treat your thinking mind, how you express and articulate your consciousness, creatively in this world? What is it that you within your own heart are here to bring forth and add to the goodness of your humanity? Because each and every one of you within you has a goodness, a function, a reason for existing. Why you came here, you all seek to know these answers. And those answers are delicately impressed in your consciousness as subtle impulses to do things that are fun and dynamic and exciting, that you know are creative, and you need to do them. Your arts and your dance, your meditations, your growing of food, your learning to live again in harmony with the world of nature around you. It's happening. In this calm after the storm, you are in a wonderful position. You're in a wonderful position to reawaken yourself to what you truly are. To not believe you have to shift or change your identity to please other people, or to be perceived in a way that you think you should be perceived rather than the way that you are becoming. You came here with an identity. Do not mistake your identity with your personality, for your personality can be misinformed and misinstructed by the environment, but always you have at your disposal your awareness to go into an evaluative process that will allow you to sort through the nonsense that's been given to you in your mind and begin to return yourself to a sensible state of being. In addition to the body, the mind, the soul, the most intimately profound tool that is at your disposal to begin the process of realigning yourself to the function of your divinity, and the function of your divinity is the offering of the gift that is yours to bring to this world. One of the most profoundly simple tools for that is a function called meditation. Not meant to be a term of mystical hidden caves, but a simple function of being able to assert your authority over your mind, your body, and your emotions, therefore assuming the reins of creative control over your expression in this physical dimension. Thank you for that, Heart. I appreciate it. Being able to assert your authority and control over your creative expression while you are in this dimension. You did not come here by chance. You came here by choice. You may find it difficult in certain situations and circumstances which you find yourself, but always the function of meditation is the returning point to clarity, to re-understand the fact that you are not your mind, you are not your body, you are not your emotions. You are a creative, sentient being here to utilize these instruments of creation. You're here to learn to utilize the instruments of creation. So to be able to establish a quiet mind, it is not as difficult and complex, nor as lengthy a process as you may have been led to believe it is. I mean, the very simple act of taking a breath, the simple act of taking a breath, when you deliberately take a breath, in that very act, you, as this divine consciousness, are asserting authority over matter. In that act of the breath, you're asserting an authority over matter. And in that assertion of authority, you can perhaps begin to remember that the body is something you are able to control and direct. And that there are certain fundamental ways you need to learn to treat your body, as your body is simply designed to comply with whatever you would direct it to do. Whether that is good or not so good for your body, you can direct your body to consume toxic substances, and even if it is not good for the body. And there are many of you that are ill and sick on this planet, not by design, but by ignorance of choice, not realizing that ingesting certain substances are detrimental for your physical body, and that it will get sick in doing so, but it will do so because it's designed to follow your directions, whether it likes it or not. The servant you have at your disposal is designed to follow your instructions, no matter what they are, good or not so good. And in the very act of breath, you are reminded that your body does and will comply with your direction. And even in those things that you have done that are not good for your body, the things that you might consume, the things that you might ignore, these will have an influence upon your body, and your body shall reveal the truth of your choices and how they impact your body to you. It will reveal those choices to you. And the function of meditation puts you back into the position of being able to restore a very conscious and intimate and hopefully loving authority over your body. It is meditation when you make a choice to not eat or drink a certain substance that you know to be detrimental for your body. It is an assertion of your divine authority when you say to the body, no, you will not. I will not allow you to eat that thing that I've taught you to eat. I will not allow you to drink that thing I've taught you to drink. Your body thinks it is doing good when you've taught it to do bad. It thinks it's doing what you want it to do. Even if it's detrimental to it, once you've taught it to do it, it thinks that is what you want it to do. But in the function of meditation, you can reacquire the authority in any instant with a single breath to say, the body desires that alcohol, or desires that drug, or desires that food that is not good for it. And you can breathe and say, no, I will not do that to you. Even though I've taught you to do that, that was wrong for me to teach you to do that. We will do something else. I will give you this fruit. I will give you this vegetable. I will give you this water. And you learn consciously and deliberately to then reassert your authority in a way that is beneficent to your body. The function of disease in the body can be reversed rather quickly when you understand the authority that your consciousness is designed by nature to have over the matter of your body. Many of you deferred the choices and actions you make towards your body to other sources outside of yourself, to your so-called medical health practitioners that seem to be making more and more disease and less health. You must take back the authority you are designed to have over your own physical organism. And the function of meditation foundationally gives you simple steps to acquire that authority in a beneficent and kind and loving way. When you seek to turn your body away from things that you've taught it to do that are not good for it, it will by its own nature seek to fulfill that again. And if you can hear what we are saying, that the very nature of your breath, when you deliberately choose to breathe, that your body is designed to react and respond to your direction. And some of you will say, well, I am an alcoholic. I cannot not drink. I have to drink. And of course, your body has been taught and trained by you to do this. And the body will desperately seek to do that because that is what you taught it to do. And it thinks that it is doing what you want it to do, and it wants to keep doing what you want it to do. And so you must say to the body, no, as much as I have taught you to do this, I am wrong. I am not going to let you do that. And you begin to use the breath. Every time a drink or a desire for drink comes to your consciousness, you simply use the breath. No, I do not want to harm you anymore. I will treat you with love and respect. And you must formulate this type of a relationship with your body, where you are now taking authority over it lovingly, not aggressively. My body's so bad, it shouldn't do this. Do not attack your body. You trained it to do what it does. And all habits, likewise, can be gradually ameliorated and removed from your experience. If you can understand this simple chain of authority between yourself, your mind, and your body. So this calm before the storm that your whole species is now moving into, where the domination of fear is now being swept away, and the restoration of love begins to emerge and percolate down into the consciousness of every individual upon this planet, which it is doing now, you will see phenomena such as the sun. You will see phenomena such as life forms emerging on the planet. You will see phenomena of things being more prosperous and beneficent. Many of you do not realize that you have more trees on your planet now than you did several hundred years ago. You have propagated some practices unbeknownst to yourselves that have actually benefited this planet. The function of this substance you call carbon dioxide is the very food and substance that trees need to exist, and you have enough of an abundance for them that they too can thrive, and you too can thrive as they provide you the necessary oxygen from a physiological perspective that you can exist even better. So do not underestimate the benefit to your mistakes and your errors either as a species, that you've actually done things to correct certain issues. Now, the function of meditation is something that you must become intimate with yourself. You must become intimate with the function of meditation for yourself. And it begins always with the breath. You may be standing, you may be sitting, you may be postured in a particular way, in a position of a certain type. Your spine may be straight, you may be slouched. Wherever you are, this is where you begin. You do not begin where you are not. You begin where you are. And you begin, as always, with the breath. And you can feel that sensation, that wonder of your breath, especially when you draw the breath in deeply enough. You can feel that sensation of goodness that the life of the breath carries into your body when you draw it in. And you might feel that sensation of goodness up in this part of the body. And you might even pay attention to that sense of goodness long enough to feel it, and then to release and let the body relax. Let the body relax. And then draw in another breath, because at this point in the process of meditation, your simple act is to teach your body to follow the instructions you give it to breathe slowly and to relax as you exhale. You're instructing your body just as you would instruct it to pick up a glass of water, just as you would instruct it to walk to the bathroom or go outside and look up at the sky. You instruct your body. You instruct it by the breath. Slow and deep, do not be in haste. The slower, the deeper, the more pronounced your influence becomes over your own body. This breath that makes you feel good will draw you inward, away from the distractions of the world. When you draw that breath in, and you feel that wondrous sensation that is here as the life of the breath fills the body. And then as you exhale, you can feel the release and relief of the substances that the body is removing from itself that no longer benefit it. As you become attentive and conscious of that process, the body will continue to relax and surrender to that sensation of goodness and release. That sensation of goodness on the in-breath and the sensation of relief on the out-breath. You are training your body to take in goodness and to release that which does not serve it, to feel the relief of letting go of the things that do not serve it. In this process of the breath, your mind spontaneously will begin to quiet. You don't have to fight with it. Just stay with your breath and breathe slow and deep. Pay attention to that feeling of goodness when you fill your lungs. And stay present with it for a few moments. And then when you exhale, feel that relief and stay with the relief. And then draw the breath in again. Feel that goodness that fills your body, that life that enters in with the breath. And you'll notice that with each subsequent breath, not only does your body spontaneously begin to relax more, but you may also say to the body, relax your face muscles. relax your shoulders. You can say this to your body. Relax your chest. Relax the muscles in the neck, the muscles in the arms and hands. You can say this to your body as you breathe. Relax your arms. Let the muscles relax. You can direct your body to relax with your breath. And on the exhale, where you feel that relief, you'll notice that that sensation of relaxation is more pronounced. And as you pay attention to that sensation of relaxation, you'll notice again that your mind begins to get quieter. This happens spontaneously and automatically because now you are giving direction to the body, to this system of matter, of which your mind is a part. Your mind exists as information in the framework of the cells of the brain. It's where you store information that allows you to interact with this physical dimension. So that as you are directing the body to relax, so too the function of the consciousness of the brain, the electrical operation of the brain begins to change as the body's function of breath begins to articulate a change in the body's energy. And the mind will begin to start to relax. As you allow the body to relax with each subsequent breath, you'll get closer and closer to those internal feelings of the life that comes in and feels good, and the relief of the exhale that feels good, and the stillness of the mind that begins to take hold with each slow and deliberate breath. You may, if your mind is very incessant or busy, you can say to the mind, shh. Very gently, you may say to the mind, you're perfectly safe to be still. You can say this to your mind. You are perfectly safe to be still. You can think and you can even speak those words to your own mind. You're perfectly safe to be still. You can feel that. Feel how your mind feels being given permission by you. You're perfectly safe to be still for a little while. And you continue the breath. If the mind or distractions around you come to your attention, just simply say to the mind and body, you are perfectly safe to be still. And through the assertion of your breath, you notice that your breath will get spontaneously slower and deeper as the mind and body begin to settle under your direction. You draw your breath in, and you feel that goodness as it enters the body, the new life you draw into it. And as you exhale and you feel the relief as the body exhales, feel that relief. Let the body feel it. Become conscious that the body feels it. If distraction from the world around you comes again, simply say to the mind and body, you're perfectly safe to be still. You're perfectly safe to be still. The way in which you communicate to your mind and body begins to become more obvious, that there are certain ways and tones that you can use to speak with your own mind, to induce it into a function of change that's desirable to your perception. As you gain familiarity that the simple modulations in voice tone and even the words that you use will induce change and effect in both your mind and body, then you're moving towards the function of meditation. You're not quite there yet, but you're moving your mind and body into that function so that you, as the spiritual entity that you are, can begin to reconnect with yourself as you are, and not through the mechanisms of perception acquired from the physical world that you have stored in your mind. That is, the beliefs, the ideas, the perceptions that you have been given to believe about your mind and body in this life. You begin to let those go as you allow your mind and your body to get quieter, calmer, and more peaceful, so that it becomes amenable to your awareness. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. It is important that when you draw your breath in, that you allow yourself to feel that sensation that happens in this region of the body, that sensation of goodness at the filling of the breath, that you allow yourself to feel that within yourself. For when you allow yourself to feel that within yourself, you reconnect to the innate goodness of life that exists within you. And you allow yourself to become aware that that innate goodness is also in your body. And that when you relax and release your breath, that you can feel that vibration of relief that happens with the exhale. Allow yourself to feel and experience that. Allow your body to feel and experience that. As you pay attention to it, so too will your body, and so too will your mind. And with each subsequent breath, your body and your mind will relax more fully and completely. It is simply what naturally happens when you initiate this type of function over your own mind and body. This is the beginning of your liberation from subjectivity to the personality construction that you've been living in. And it can only occur when you yourself, as an act of your own volition or will, begin to gently retrain and re-educate your own mind and body to function differently than the world has conditioned it to do. For your mind and body have been trained by the world to be certain ways, to think certain things, to do certain things. And it is your responsibility to then begin that process of extricating the subjectivity of your mind and body from the world and returning it to your own authority. As you pursue very gently in that process, meditation becomes an extremely valuable tool. And once you understand the fundamental steps of the breath and experience the effects that you cause through the utilization of your breath, then you'll begin to move into a very different state of awareness that will let you differentiate from the thoughts, the memories, and emotions that keep you bound in certain states that may not be favorable to your spiritual evolution, but may inhibit it. But we give you here the first foundational steps that are important because you are now in the calm after the storm of fear that has been perpetuated on the consciousness of your humanity for several thousands of years. And if you can sustain and maintain your mind and body to be under the jurisdiction of your own consciousness, your own love, your own spiritual nature, from a functional love, then your life will, of course, begin to progress in a very different way than the conditioning of your mind would allow it. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, remember to feel that sensation of goodness when the breath fills the body. And remember, you are directing the body. You are reassuming authority. Feel that goodness when the breath is full. And when you exhale, feel the relief. Feel how the body feels in that relief, and feel how the body feels in that goodness. As you become familiar with how the body is experiencing what you are directing it to do, you will get a different authority over it. And you'll also discover that in this process, your body, not surprisingly, will begin to go into what we call a transformative process of restoration. For when you extricate the body from the habitual destructiveness that has been taught to you, or the negative thought processes that have been imparted to you, as you divest your mind and body from these elements, it begins to restore itself. It is something that happens quite spontaneously and quite naturally. It's quite spontaneous and quite natural. It's not difficult, it's not complex. When we began to come through this one, it was with the understanding that what would come through would be very simply articulated and easily understandable, even to those without any form of spiritual knowledge or awareness, even those in the most disparaging of states that were able to listen and apply these functions would begin to gain almost immediate relief from these applications. It is one of the fundamental pillars of any form of true spiritual teaching, is that its elegant simplicity makes it easy for those that are listening to understand and comprehend it, and even, yes, experience it. Unnecessary complexity creates unnecessary delay, whereas the function of your simplicity of spirit makes things very delightful and simple. And so if you are remaining in this function of breath, feel the goodness of the full breath. Feel it, and feel how your body feels it. And as you exhale, feel the relief that the body feels, the relief that you feel with the exhale. And give gentle words to your body. Relax. Be still. You can give your body permission to release, to relax, to let go. You can give your body that permission. It will, as easily as it will be directed to pick up a glass of water, it will relax its muscles. You can ask the muscles in the face to relax. You can ask the muscles anywhere in your body to relax. And you can give them permission to relax, and you can tell them they are safe to relax. You can communicate that to your body. You're perfectly safe to relax, to be still, to be peaceful. That is what you can do. As you experience your experience of this, you begin to restore yourself to the proper hierarchical authority. That is, you begin to reassume the position of your soul over your mind and body, rather than being subjective to them. And as we said, the function of meditation, these are the foundational steps of it. As you go deeper into it, you will discover things about yourself, and you'll begin to receive guidance and inspiration that's not readily available to you from this world. As you disconnect your distractions from the world, you'll reconnect to the information that is offered to you through your angels, through your deities, through your God, through the many loving entities that exist in different spectrums of consciousness. You can receive guidance and inspiration that you cannot receive from this world. The information that comes into this world through this one comes from us. We are not in physical form, except as it would appear to be in the sound of these auditory vocalizations. And in that sense, our voice is here in this world with you. So you may learn to avail yourself of realms of information and guidance that are readily available to you when you are not distracted by the body, and you're not distracted by memory and emotion or the stimulations and overstimulations of the world around you. You come to a very intimate place within yourself that is a bridge between heaven and earth, as we find that term is useful. You bridge between the world and heaven. Heaven being that spectrum of consciousness that is a function of love, of which many ascended of your masters and other beings exist in consciousness. So get comfortable and practice this simple form of awakening yourself. Practice this. For your awakening is at hand now, individually and collectively. You are now going in the proper direction. And it is a great opportunity for all of you to surrender your fear, to restore love's consciousness here. It is happening right now. we've been very busy, as have many of you been very busy, to restore this function of love. And there are many of you that suffer, that those that do not hear these words with their physical ears, that are not here present with us now, deserve your compassion. They deserve your understanding, but they do not necessarily deserve to be supported in their delusions either. But they do deserve to be given the same knowledge and opportunity that those that suffer in deep emotional distress, or those that suffer in deep physical unrest, that they too may humble themselves sufficiently to be restored to their divinity through the simple practice of even the breath used in the fashion and method that has been presented here today to you. Unnecessary complexity helps no one. And elegant simplicity is necessary now. Your eyes are beginning to open collectively and individually. And we will remain with you as this process unfolds and begins to sink its roots deeper back into your collective unconsciousness, and that the function of divinity now becomes the focus of your species, and not the function of greed and power and wealth. So use your breath wisely. It is not just a simple act of the body's spontaneous mechanism for survival. It certainly is. When you are not in the body, when you put that body to sleep at night, the mechanism of breath is very innate to the function of the body's survival. But in your waking state, the function of your breath is very sacred. If you become conscious of that fact, then you can pause many times a day and draw that breath in and remind yourself of the innate goodness that is within you just by the nature of your breath. The living God is within you with the breath. And that when you exhale, you give yourself relief. You give yourself relief from your suffering. And when you draw your breath in, you align yourself to the profound goodness of that which you are as a spiritual being, here to learn the divine act of creation. For you are made in the image and likeness of your Creator, which created. And you too are able to create, as your civilization can demonstrate, as the rise of your cities in contrast to the function of nature. You are creators. You are in the image and likeness of the divinity that precipitated the manifestation that you call yourselves. You are in this state. And your breath is the first step. We will be here. We will continue to articulate more of what is needed until the meal is full. You will keep eating. Thank you. I want to say thank you to the Divine Collective today. That was pretty powerful for me. We had an amazing time, and it's really hard for some people right now. But I'm going to tell you, in the next few months, as things get shaken up in the correct way, and we're not talking. This is not about Trump. This is about humanity shifting itself from fear to love. When John said that to me this morning, did you notice that the sun suddenly became very quiet since the election? There's one big flash from the sun on election day. And then suddenly this calm has happened. We have to understand that what they're saying is really true, that there's an immediate correlation between our consciousness as individuals and collective, between ourselves, the nature, the earth, the sun. There's a dynamic electromagnetic living relationship going on between all of it. And we were heading, the movement of fear was getting pretty intense. That would produce a very different outcome than the one that is potentially able to unfold in these new golden days that I'm told are coming. And it requires that you be willing to share the wisdom and knowledge that you receive. That's the very act of telling somebody to breathe and feel what the body feels when the breath is full. You can do this for yourself right now, because if you know the truth, people will hear it, because you will know it. When you know the truth and speak the truth, people will hear the truth. If you try to speak a lie, people will not hear it so well. But that function of the breath where you draw your breath in, can you feel that? I hope you can. It's natural that you will. It's natural that you will, right? I'm paraphrasing what they're saying now. But it's natural that you will actually feel that goodness, and that when you exhale, you'll feel relief. Doesn't matter what physiologists or psychologists or psychiatrists say about this is just a natural physiologic response. Doesn't matter. The fact is, when you tell your body to breathe and you fill your lungs, the body feels good, and you directed it to do that, and you directed yourself to pay attention to that, and you directed your body to feel that goodness, because your body needs to feel goodness. To be healthy, the body needs to feel good, right? Make sense? To feel healthy, the body needs to feel good. If the body's not feeling good, it doesn't feel healthy. And that simple act of breathing will start to connect you, and you'll start to connect your body to the innate goodness that exists within it. I love it. Thank you. Anyway, I want to leave it at that. We'll take some questions and dig a little deeper into this. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I hope I was told. Norma suggested I delay the presentation for a few minutes before. I hope you guys came on before they got into their message. And those of you that have come late, or you're just hearing this, you got a feeling that something's right, but you don't know what it is. The replay of this will be on my YouTube channel shortly after the transmission is finished, after this session's finished. But we will get into some questions and answers. Hello, everybody. Hi. The awakening. Yes, we are in the awakening right now. We're literally in it. Thank you for all those hearts and comments. And again, when they're channeling through me, it's if I go into William and I start looking at things out here, I'll break the continuity of the information flow that's coming through, because they don't, in mediumship, you do not, this is what I've been taught anyway, you do not surrender your will in mediumship, ever. Ever. That's a complete violation of divine law. When they speak through me, it's by agreement and consent. And I'm still conscious when they're talking. I mean, I'm in equal awe sometimes, as some of the people that hear the messages tell me they are. Yeah, in true mediumship, you are conscious, you are aware, you are alert. You're just allowing. And you can close the door anytime. I could say, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't often do that. There are certain instances where I get information about somebody, and I know that it would not be appropriate. I know personally that I don't think it would be appropriate for that person to hear that. And I'll say, no, let's not say that to them at this time. Or I'll hear something they're thinking, and I'll go to say it, and they'll say to me, no, that person's not ready to hear that. Everybody has the capacity to access realms of information outside of the 5 sensory self. Everybody. It's not something special. Everybody has this capability. It just has to be developed. TN's wanting to know, may I know my spirit guide's name, please? Does the being have female or male energy? Stronger female energy? She says in meditation, the revelation will come to you. The revelation of her name will come to you. Right? You want to do that. Like your breath, if you do your breath the way they described earlier, if you go into that process of slow, deep breathing, feeling the goodness of the breath when it fills the lungs, feeling the relief when you exhale, giving your body consent to relax, letting your body know that it's safe to relax, giving your mind permission to be still, all these things that they suggested you do. You go through those steps, TN, and you'll suddenly connect to her energy. Once the mind goes silent and once your mind is allowed to not think, because your mind doesn't have to think. Your mind is just overstimulated by sensorial data. But you can train your mind to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And once you train your mind to do that, then you can start to hear things other than what your mind has to repeat to you, because that's all your mind does, it remembers. And once you get your memory system out of the way, that's when you can call her in. I'm not going to give you her name. I know her name, but I'm not going to give it to you because she wants you to discover it. She wants you to connect directly and deliberately to her. Your guides and your angels, Jesus, Buddha, they all want you to connect to them. God wants you to connect to them very consciously. The deities of the East, the Hinduic gods, and the ascended masters, they want you to connect with them as a matter of choice, not out of a matter of fear or desire or want or need. Please help me. Yes, they will help you. I've seen it. I've experienced it. There's something really good to be said about saying, please help. There's something good about that, to be called to your guides that way on occasion when it's really necessary. But generally speaking, they want you to connect to them through love, through fear, through peace. It's where you'll get some of the juiciest guidance you can ever imagine. In that moment where you're able to surrender that part of your process. Oh, thank you. That's incredible. Pears and bananas. I love fresh fruit. My favorite fruit is papaya. I got one sitting on the counter with my name on it. It's wonderful. Yeah, that was very powerful, Drusilla. I was overwhelmed. I can feel my body energy being overwhelmed multiple times with their love. Thank you for your words and your energy. I am feeling a great shift in my focus and desire and how to be and what to work towards in the past week. I feel an amazing shift in me and on me. Yes, and that's happening with everybody, even those people that are, in the woke movement, who were trained to be confused, who were lost in the seduction of the senses, who were lost in self-importance and lost in greed and avarice, and you have to have compassion for them because they're suffering. Oh boy, yeah. Have compassion for them, right? But they're waking up too. They're getting it too. Boy, what a wake-up call for the woke movement, the people that are trying to create mass confusion. I have great compassion for them because in order to propagate mass confusion, you have to live in mass confusion. And no matter how many houses or cars you own, it doesn't matter how much money you have, that will not assuage your suffering if you're perpetuating your suffering. Howard Hughes, one of the richest men in the 20th century, became a recluse and a germophobic. So money, power will not necessarily give you peace. Peace comes when you operate from love, compassion, caring, and understanding. And I can tell you, the new leaders that are coming into the world right now, the new leaders that are now beginning to take over the world, I can tell you something about them. The reason they're in that position is because they truly are coming from love. Nothing can stand in the way of love. When love is embodied in a person and their actions and their words are a function of love, there is an inevitable outcome. And everybody's getting this. People are telling me, oh my God, Trump's this and Elon Musk and all these people, all these bad things are going to happen. No. Your illusions are going to be stripped away because love's function will transcend those illusions. What they do is more important than what you've heard. What they do is more important than anything you've heard, just as what you've watched in the last 4 years of the insanity that's gone on the planet. Right? Because this decision wasn't about an American election. It was about a shift in global human collective unconsciousness. It's not about money, folks. It's not about power. It's about love. Not just a word, not giving it lip service, but living it, doing it, being it. And I'm not perfect at it, and nobody is. We're in different states of development. Some are better at it. I mean, think about this, a man like Elon Musk who put the value of money into being directed by the value of his love, of the freedom of speech, the right to say and believe and think what you want to think. That he was willing to lose all that money. That wasn't what was important to him. Freedom of speech was more important to him. And when your function of love is more important than your function of what's in it for me, well, wonderful things can happen to you. And wonderful things will happen to you anyway. And it doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be power. It doesn't have to be jet planes and cars and mansions. Sometimes it can just be that when you open your eyes in the morning, you go, I am so grateful to be alive right now. I'm so grateful to be a participant in the transformation that's occurring on this planet. Even if it's not in some profound, great, earth-shaking way. Do not underestimate the power of who you are. That when you shift yourself from fear to love, you're contributing to something that's remarkable. And many of you here I know have taken our courses or our classes or have just come and showed up at the live shows and taken what they've given us through these shows. And you've applied it in your life. And that makes such a huge difference. Don't underestimate any little step you make in your own life where you give up a habit that's hurting your body, or you change a thought pattern that causes you distress. Every little step you take away from fear helps humanity as a whole. So don't underestimate the power of your position in creation. Sometimes it can take one grain of sand on a scale to tip it. So do not underestimate your being or your situation. But do this, make certain that to the best of your ability, you think and you act, you walk and you speak and you do with love as much and as often as you can. That's what you can do. You can do that, and that little bit can make a world of difference, as it has. What you see happening on the world stage is a co-creation of everybody upon the face of the planet. Those that you call good people and those that you call not so good people, everyone plays the game. Thank you for that train. We're all on that train. Everyone is playing the game. We're all participants in it. And we all benefit by the outcome of the game. And this was happening. So to those that were in the woke movement that tried to convince people that male is female and female is male and that gender assignments are reality, to all of you, I say to you, God bless you, thank you, because I know that you were confused and you were not understanding a better way of perceiving your own psychology and understanding your own mind and your own body. And thank you, because you participated. You precipitated love opening its eye again. You precipitated truth becoming very important to humanity. Truth is important. And when truth and the lie collide, well, there's only going to be one left standing, and that is truth. Anyway, here, I'll get back to questions and answers. Sorry, I get passionate about the energy because I'm receiving their energy all the time, right? So I get their energy and their excitement, and it's very fascinating. And then I can, it's just wonderful. Here we go. Hi, Ginny. Thank you, William. I'm going through a lot, and think me seeing the notification while so busy was divinely guided. Absolute, Janine. Janine, you've come such a long way. I mean, so many of the people that I'm privileged to bear witness to your transformation, all of you that have taken our course and class, and many of you here that have just been part of the show, you have no idea how much joy it gives me to watch how you evolve yourself out of those places. You know, it takes a lot of soul and persistence and fundamentally because you're at your core, you are love, every one of you. Anyway, I'm honored, privileged to bear witness to that on a daily basis in my life. I watch this happen with people every day. It's such a privilege and an honor to be a participant in it, even in the small measure, right? Someone saying, thank you so very much. I slowed and deepened my breath, removed blocks and headaches. Needed this for meditation, immediate meditation practice. Will add more. Wonderful, good, beautiful question, William. Will what I'm going through come to an end soon and have a positive outcome? Absolutely, and it's your it's your focus to have that in your mind at all times. This is leading to a beautiful outcome in my life. Get that idea in your mind. Close your eyes. Feel that idea. This is all leading to a beautiful outcome in my life. Get into the energy of that. Because when you get in deeply into the energy of a thought, you amplify it. So yes, Janine, big yes from them and from your guardian angels as well. Big yes. Get into the energy of that thought. Just like so many were in the energy of what was happening is going to lead to a very precise and specific outcome, which is happening. All these world leaders around the world now are in the process of saying, okay, we don't want to fight anymore. We don't want a war anymore. We're going to give up our... This is happening right now as we speak. There's a global shift in human collective unconsciousness that is unfolding right now. It was inevitable. It's based primarily in God's love, in the love of the ascended masters who struggled through their process going from human to divinity. And it's in your process right now. So yes, Janine, you know this. I know it's hard when you're feeling the emotions you're feeling, but even those emotions that you feel that don't feel so good, you can say to those emotions, it's okay. It might be very uncomfortable for you right now, but I promise you this is going to shift and change. You have that communication with your body. A lot of people don't know you can talk to your emotions. You can actually talk to your emotions. Say, hey, it's okay. I'm going to handle this. Things are going to work out fine. And the emotion might say, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Say, even if you don't believe me, it's going to turn out okay. You can have a communication with your emotions. And you can shift your emotional energy from one state to another. And if you want to learn how to do that, sign up for our Masterclass 102, which starts in about 3 weeks. Masterclass 102 will teach you literally how to change your emotional energy from one state to another. It will teach you how to meditate. We've had so many people come in to our Masterclass 102 that couldn't meditate no matter how hard they tried. And by the end of the first week, they were meditating, some of them for up to 2 hours. I encourage you, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, sign up for Masterclass 102 if you want to accelerate your process of emotional transformation from fear to love. You will accelerate it. You'll also accelerate and gain authority over your thinking mind in a way you never thought you could. You'll teach your mind to listen to you instead of being like, oh my God, I can't stand this, which is what a lot of people are doing. It's not necessary anymore. The tools are right here. Sign up, 102. Liberation is what it's called. Masterclass 102, Liberation, right? Thank you. Great question, Janine. I'm so grateful. You've come so far. Yeah, thank you so much. We were in the same place before we woke up. Oh, that's really good, Drusilla. I like that. My new dining room is leaking. Can you please tell me the cause? Yeah. That's I'm not going to tell you the cause, Drusilla. They're laughing. That's the silliest question you could have asked. No, you'll fix it though. It's not in the part of the roof that you would think it is. That much I'll tell you. That's cute. Nobody's ever asked a question like that. Hi, Lucas. Good to see you. Hello, Leslie. Thank you for your question. Would the trafficking number help any lawyer? Would the trafficking number help any lawyer? I'm being told yes, it will, provided you understand the source of the tracking number. Thank you for that super chat. Love and blessings to you too, darling. Yeah, Drusilla's saying 102 is the best. Yeah, you need to go into the roof, Drusilla. I know that. You need to go into the roof. It's not, you need to go into the attic and you need to trace it. Yeah, there's a device you can get. I'm being told this to tell you. There is a device you can get that detects moisture. You can literally follow the trail of moisture with this device. That's what I'm being told. I've never seen a device like that, but that's what I'm being told. There's a device that will do that, help you track where the moisture goes, where it comes from. Hang on, scroll down. I got lots of stuff going here on TikTok. Hi, TikTok family. YouTube. I'm streaming on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube simultaneously. They told us to do that a few years ago, and we've been doing it ever since. Do you see me moving into the farmhouse? Yeah, with great joy. Enjoy the animals. You're going to enjoy having the animals. Have fun with that, Melissa. Hello, William. What do I need to know about this new journey I'm on? You need to know, first of all, how to get your mind open and receptive to receiving the guidance and information that's uniquely tailored to you and your situation. Again, I'll paraphrase what they said. Learning to breathe your body in a certain way, like that breath where you draw the breath in. Teaching the body to be still and quiet. Teaching your mind to be quiet. Because you can teach your mind to be still. Your mind doesn't have to think all the time. Contrary to what you think, the mind does not have to think all the time. You can actually turn it off once in a while. So you want to get the mind to that position where it's open and receptive so that you, as the awareness, can begin to perceive and receive guidance and information that can come to you when the mind isn't interfering. Because if the mind is going, blah, 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 it's hard to hear anything else, right? Like being in a crowded room and everybody's making a bunch of noise. You can't hear somebody if they're talking to you practically. You need to quiet the mind and you'll start to receive the guidance you need. Again, sign up for Masterclass 102 before all the spots get filled. That way you can learn and acquire the very guidance that you're asking for right now because you're designed to receive it directly. But yeah, have fun. It's going to be really fun for you. Any advice from Blaine, who passed 2 years ago, for my success in school? The only words I'm getting from him, tell her to not look back. Don't look back. He says that you need to look forward to where you want to go. Stop putting the back in the front. I'm going to paraphrase what he says, that you keep looking back as a reference point to where you're going. You need to look to the reference point you want to go to. You need to choose that reference point. Like, stop looking back, right? Stop looking back. Thank you for sharing the live. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, guys. I'm trying to catch up on the message. Thank you for joining. Glad to have you here. For those of you that have just joined, the actual transmission from the Divine Collective, today's live event was called The Calm After the Storm. That's what they wanted us to call it. The Divine Collective, the whole message will be available on my YouTube channel an hour or so after I finish this live here. It'll be available on my YouTube channel in full. Well, hello there, Lady Gardler. I've never been able to see or imagine myself like in a lake or in a forest. Why? Hello. It's not because, well, you actually are, because you have the image. But that's not what meditation is for. Imagination is a faculty of the soul for creation, to imagine things. But I can assure you, the things that you need to see and hear are not of this world. You need to learn to connect to this higher aspect of being. I mean, people pray to God, people pray to Jesus, people worship Buddha, people worship Ganesh and Sai Baba. People try to connect to the non-physical consciousness of these individuals. They still exist, they're just not in physical bodies as those forms they used to be. Some of them are in physical bodies as different forms now, but that's not a subject for today. But what you need to do is get your mind, get your body to a place where they're not in your way, and ask for yourself to be given messages. Ask to be given the messages, images, and ideas that you need to receive. That's what I'm being told to tell you, okay? Again, sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation. You've got 3 weeks to do so. It's a 3-week course that you'll have a live event every single day from Sunday to Friday. We've got a live event on those days from Sunday, Monday, right through to Friday. And you'll get one full live event every day. You'll learn to meditate. You'll learn to release old emotions from your body. You'll learn to clear your mind. You'll learn to improve your physical body because we have this wonderful nutritional holistic practitioner, Reader Mustafa, who runs a company called Oasis Health that will help you retune your body with proper nutrition. So you want to come and get involved in this. It's not as easy as it sounds. It's a lot of practice, a lot of work. Love is the only way. Yes, it is. But it's a decision you'll never regret. Good morning, William. Do you see my Meta AI will ever work, or did the government erase its vocabulary? It's still there. They can't stop it. Class yesterday was absolutely lovely. Felt beautiful, gently pushing the left side of me. Felt Ganesh gently push the left side of me. For those of you I'm reading that comment. This is from a student who's in our ongoing Masterclass 101 Awakening course, which is an introductory course to mediumship and the first step in learning meditation, the first step in being introduced to different types of nutrition. And that's Masterclass 101. Our next Masterclass 101 will not happen until March the 1st. Those changes will be reflected upon the website shortly. We had a latecomer come in last night, which was a lot of fun. Welcome, Kelly. Glad you decided to join the course. Welcome. Polly B is saying, I eat and drink healthy. I feel rotten. Walking is difficult. I feel I can't carry on this way. I feel terrible. Is there a reason? Message, please help. Electrical intrusion. What electrical intrusions do you have going on around you, Polly? You've got electrical intrusions. I don't know if the building you're in or where you're living is, but look around. You might have large 5G cell towers. You've got a very sensitive body, and it's experiencing electrical intrusions. So if you can remove some of those things, you can even order Faraday material online. You can order Faraday material and put it around your body for a couple hours every day, and block out some of that electrical intrusion, right? Block out some of the electrical intrusion. But I got a strong feeling there's like large towers of like transmission towers around your building where you live that are interfering with you, right? You want to get those influences out of the way. Casey Marlin's asking, what can I do to help my neck heal? Thank you, William. Again, Casey, I'd highly recommend, and anybody else who here wants to experience this a small healing right now, do what I'm about to suggest that Casey do. And this is something they taught me. So Casey, what I want you to do is I want you to bring your attention to the pain in your neck, the discomfort, the place where the neck is not well. Bring your attention to that place. And when you get your attention to where that discomfort is, take a slow, deep breath and allow the body to relax. But keep your attention to where the discomfort is. As you exhale, pay attention to what happens to the discomfort as you exhale. Just notice if there's any slight change in it as you exhale. Now, as you feel that pain, keep breathing slowly and deeply, and then communicate this thought to the pain. I will not ignore you. Just communicate that thought to your pain or your discomfort. I will not ignore you anymore. And observe how it changes. Just feel how it changes. And then secondarily, communicate this thought to the pain. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. Communicate that thought to the pain in your neck. I'm willing to love you, even though I do not understand you. And feel how the pain responds. And then share in the comment section what you experienced as you do that. And repeat those phrases and words for about a minute. I will not ignore you. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. And just gently repeat those words to that pain in the neck and observe how it reacts and responds over the next minute, and then make a comment in the comment section about it. Thank you. Hi there. There was a shift. I felt it. Yes, there is. You're very welcome. Good morning. Hello, Manitoulin Island. Well, good to see you watching from Manitoulin Island. We actually thought about moving up to Manitoulin Island at one point. It's a beautiful place, wonderful space. There's lots happening up there. Beautiful artistic community in Manitoulin Island. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. Authenticity is the highest frequency, and that will always attract. That's something I completely agree with, Shauna. Authenticity. The awakening. Did my brother feel physical pain in his last moments, or just peace and love? This question was asked by you yesterday, I believe, and I got the immediate answer the same way. His body felt pain. He feels relief. The body felt pain. He feels relief. Right. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you for the badges and the roses and the flowers and the things. Does SAO love me or hate me? Why does that matter? Do you love you? And I'm not talking about self. I'm so beautiful. I'm not talking about that type of self-love. I'm talking about a self-love where you respect, honor, and cherish your body. You respect, honor, and cherish the types of thoughts you think. You respect, honor, and cherish the people that are around you, that you are very discerning. You know, when how someone else loves you or doesn't love you is more important, then you're going to lose sight of yourself, and you'll become dependent and codependent on people's validation of you. It's what a lot of the last few years of this whole me too movement was all about that. People, I can get validated from everybody else, but you don't love yourself enough to know your own value. You need to understand your own value. Please don't be dependent on needing external validation like that. Will life get better for my two older sons, Bradley and Justin? Please and thank you. Lucy, one of the things you can do for your sons, because I know you love your sons very much, and they do love you, but they're really struggling to try and find out and remember who they are. And one of this mantra I'm being told to give you right now, I'm being told to give you this mantra for your son. It's a statement that you can think and say and feel, okay? For your sons. My sons are going to be divinely guided from this moment on. That statement, my sons are going to be divinely guided from this moment on. And stay in the essence of that statement. And anytime you find yourself worrying about your sons, stop worrying. Go to that statement. My sons are being divinely guided from this moment on. And go deeply into that, because as a mother or as a father, your energy directly interacts and influences your children. It's true. Your energy directly interacts with and influences your children. It doesn't matter what age you are as a parent. You can be 79, 102, 28. Your connection to your children is instantaneous. And so make that connection one of love. So I know your sons are into some things that they ought not to be in. But if you start transmitting that energy that from this moment on, they are being divinely guided. And you can keep yourself in that energy. In a week or less, you'll start to see changes shifting. Something's going to start to shift in their lives. Because that's now what you're offering them. Right? They tell me this all the time. You do not realize the intimate connections that you have with all living things. You have an intimate connection with all living things. Oh, by the way, there was somebody on the show yesterday who asked about this symbol. I'm going to show this here. So they asked about this symbol. And that is the symbol. It's called the caduceus, okay? You were on TikTok, I believe. And it's the symbol of healing and transformation. It's the showing the different polarities of energy. In Eastern mysticism, they called it the raising of the kundalini. In evolution, evolving your consciousness from body, mind, self to spiritual self, it's called the evolution of the soul. There's different ways of expressing the meaning of that symbol. But ultimately, this is the evolution of your consciousness to a state of divinity. But it's primarily a healing symbol. I'm sure why I'm not sure why I started to cry. This message was so beautiful to me. Well, I'm happy for you, Kathy. That's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Hi. I had to call on my guides today and they saved me. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. How beautiful the shift is, truly. Yes, it is. Thank you for your guidance. I have a bone scan on Monday to determine the extreme pain. In Masterclass 102, we've had people come in with severe pains and different mental and emotional conditions that ameliorate them pretty quickly. I've been taught over these years that emotional energy can precipitate physical disease. Emotional energy can precipitate physical disease. In your case, yeah, there's a deep emotion that needs to be liberated. So again, in 102, they'll explain to you how disease becomes functional from sustained emotional states. It's very fascinating. I hope you'll sign up for the class. But turn your attention to the pain in your bone right now. Like, turn your attention to the pain in your bone right now. Go to it. Go to the pain and say, I will not ignore you. Say to that pain in the bone, I will not ignore you. Get close to it. I will not ignore you. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. And stay in that. You might find that when you first do that, the pain might suddenly flare up. And if the pain flares up, stay in that state. No matter, I will not ignore you. Do not ignore the pain. Do not suppress it. Do not push it away. Just say, I will not ignore you. Feel it. Accept it. Embrace it. Feel it. I will not ignore you. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. And you'll be telling it the truth because you don't understand why the pain's there. So you're being truthful. Truth heals. Truth heals. So do that right now with the pain and leave a comment in the comment section about what happened when you did that. Right? Yeah, Casey, if you want to improve, we answer a lot of questions here. A lot of questions get answered here. A lot of people get healed here. A lot of people have things. But where you're going to learn the most is in our masterclass. Casey, sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation. And you'll gain an experiential education over a 3-week period that will completely revolutionize the destiny that you're on right now. You'll formulate a very different sense of who you are and have a very, very different experience of your being than you currently do. But don't waste time. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, sign up for Masterclass 102 Liberation. It starts in about 3 weeks' time. You'll see the dates and times there. Hi there. Yes. That's correct. Love truly is the key. I see only beautiful things to happen. But you also have to face the evil too. You have to look at it and say, wait a minute. No, it's not okay to mutilate children or to confuse them about who they are when they don't even know that. That's wrong. That's evil. You have to call evil for what it is too. You have to call a spade, a heart a heart. You can't ignore the truth, even if it's uncomfortable and painful, right? And it can be really hard, especially when somebody's got such a delusion in their mind that they believe it's real. I've been there. I've done that. I used to think I was very different than what I think I am now. Truth will set you free, and the truth will set other people free too. You speaking these words are comforting new positive leaders, Trump, Elon, and not just them. A lot of world leaders are going to have to change. A lot is going to change in this world. We are shifting human collective consciousness away from fear and back to love. That has been the mandate that they've given humanity. That's the purpose of my existence now, has been to serve that goal. That the restoration of humanity to love. That's what they're putting through me all the time. That is the primary focus of the ascended masters, of the divine entities that work with us. Their one goal is to restore humanity to love, collectively and individually. Right? Beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. What will next year bring for me? What would you like next year to bring for you? You know, you can ask for cars and mansions and money. We all do. But I tell you, the most important thing to want to bring into your life is peace and love and beautiful people that you honor and cherish. Those are the things you want to have in your life. You want to have people in your life that just amaze you every single day. Yes, that's what you want. People. You want good people. Yeah, God loves you. Buddha loves you. Jesus loves you. Yogananda loves you. The Ascended Masters love you. The Archangels love you. Who has been watching me the last couple of weeks? Big white orbs. You got Archangel Gabriel been hanging around you. Yes. Archangel Gabriel is saying to me right now that he's been trying to assist you with the dispensation of prophecy. True prophecy, not made up prophecy. But you have this opportunity to connect to the divine gift of prophecy. And prophecy is designed to articulate truth that people can follow, right? That's what prophecy really is. Cardi, yeah, she does. I don't know why. She's giving me this picture of Laurel and Hardy, and she's telling me you need to spend more time laughing. You don't laugh as much as you need to. And you don't need me to always do that. But you need to laugh more. You need to laugh more. Hi, thank you for following. Any words of wisdom from spirits, guides about my healing? Thank you. Yeah, Crystal, go back and watch the live event and the message and the message that the Divine Collective put through, because I'd be just paraphrasing it, and if you hear the actual message, you'll experience it very differently. And also, I cannot say enough times how important it is for you to learn that you can heal your mind, you can heal your body. You have that ability. Everybody does. You just need the proper mechanisms of instruction and application to learn that function of healing, which is, Jesus didn't start doing his miracles until he hit like 28. It took him 28 years to develop the skills, the knowledge, the connection to his divinity, to articulate the practice of healing. It took him 28 years where he finally was able to do all that and demonstrate this communion that he cultivated with the divine. And you need to learn to do that. We all do. And we all are, whether in this lifetime or not. Sign up for Masterclass 102, Liberation. And you'll learn some skills and experience some things that you've been asking for. Because if you're here, you've been asking for the information you're receiving. You've been asking for this. Whatever you heard today, you've asked it, you've called it forth into your life. No matter who you are or what you're doing, you've called this forth. Just as I've called forth everything that's happening right now too. We are co-conspirators in creation, all of us. Oh, you're very welcome, Polly. I send you so much love. But look for those things about what's electrically intruding in your body. It's happening to a lot of people, right? Here we are. Hi, guys. Good to see you. It's funny, same. Eating healthy, drinking water, meditation, and affirmation, and my mobility is affected? Yes. Yes. Wonderful. I'm in Little Current. Oh, Little Current. Hi, Lucy. Yeah, Little Current. I love that town. Very beautiful native community there. The resurgence of the native consciousness is going to begin soon as well. The function of love allows the cultures of all good people to thrive. the true Spirit of God is grateful for the manifestation of cultures that honor and respect and revere the laws of life and nature. And the native communities are going to have a resurgence in their spiritual awakening. And it's going to be supported by the climate of spirit that's now emerging back into human collective unconsciousness. Very exciting. Oh yeah, somebody's asking me, how can I be channeling different entities if it sounds like the same voice? It doesn't always sound like the same voice to me. But again, this physical body, these vocal cords are for this body. They have a certain range of capabilities that will oftentimes moderate or modulate when different beings are communicating through me. And it can happen. I've experienced where my voice has gone through a radical change. It surprised me and caught me off guard a few times. But generally speaking, if you're listening to a message and it's beautiful, does it matter what radio is playing the message? If you're hearing truth, does it matter if it comes from a rich man or a poor man? If you are hearing words of love and compassion, does it matter if it comes from a child or a father or mother? The message is more important than the vehicle that transmits it. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you. Greetings. How to get rid of negative energy out of the body and mind. Sign up for Masterclass 102. You will learn to release old emotions from your body in the simplest and easiest way I have ever borne witness to. The Ascended Masters channel through me, and they will provide you with the energy and the experience from which you will come to know your own capabilities to restore and heal your mind and your body. Because they're not about making you dependent upon their messages. That's not what they're about. They're about empowering people to restore themselves to the function of their own divinity, the function of your own divinity. You have a divinity. No ascended master, not even God, wants to manipulate and control you. They want you to unfold and become that which you are in the way that you are. You know, nature does it all the time. You look out over a field of daisies and they're blowing in the wind and they all look so beautiful. And you say, wow, that's so beautiful. And every single daisy on that field has different petals, everything is unique and delightful and wondrous. And because of that individual uniqueness among all of them, it's what makes it so beautiful. When it's natural and real, it is beautiful. When it's grotesquely manipulated and changed, like they've done with genetically modifying foods and genetically or changing beliefs and ideas that are grotesquely false in relation to natural law, you can see that things are ugly. You can see when something's ugly, and you can see when something's beautiful, right? So yeah, come out and learn to do that. Thank you. I forgot to ask about the physical pain part yesterday. Grateful for remembering. Grateful you remembered too. Yeah, thank you. And you see, Crystal, how that feels? My children will be divinely guided from this moment on. You can feel the change in your energy, and you're connected directly to your children. They'll feel that change, even on a subtle level. Think about how many times you've been thinking about someone you haven't seen in years, and suddenly they call you, or you're bumping them on the street. Your thought connects you to people and things. So I'm really happy that you got that. I'm really grateful. And I'm so happy for your boys, because then you're supporting them energetically. And then you're not trying to make them change or do this. You're now energetically supporting them. And energy organizes matter. My guardian angel John tells me this all the time. And 5 years ago he said, William, wake up. Energy, emotion is the fifth state of energy. He told me that. He told me that that's what emotion is, and that it organizes all of our experiences. So what you emote and what you feel is a creative influence on your body and on the world. Right? So happy for you, Crystal. Apply that liberally. You can't put too much grease on a wheel that you want to move. Yeah, so great. Janine's asking about why I get aura migraines. Because your body's not electrically balanced enough. Your body's not in electrical, because different auric fields. I mean, in some Eastern philosophies, you have 7 energy bodies, and they're all electrical. Your energy is electrical. Your body's electrical. The molecules around your body are electrical. And if there's an incongruence in the electrical current, there's going to be conflict. So there's not enough electrical. I'm going to use, again, I'm not a physicist. I'm not a scientist. There's not enough electrical cohesion or resonance between the different fields and your body. There's not enough electrical harmony there. Again, I'm just transmitting what I'm receiving. If I don't know something, I ask, and I just transmit the information I receive. Yeah, we got that. Thank you so much. Almost caught up to you guys today. Hey, Blaine, the laws of life and nature. That's exactly what it is. Let's see, what do we got here? Well, thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Where is our friend here? Forgive me for being so personal, but I notice your beautiful white hair and brows. Are you a hybrid race? Well, I don't know what a hybrid race is. I just know that I am that I am. Right? Anyway, nobody's ever asked that question before. Am I a hybrid race? I think we're all hybrids of some form. We're hybrids of evolution. We're hybrids of the air we breathe. We're hybrids of the food we eat. We're hybrids of the relationships we have. We're hybrids of our emotions. Yeah. Depends on what your term and definition of hybrid means. I'm in this world to serve the function I'm here to serve. My primary goal is to help deliver the messages of the Ascended Masters in restoring humanity collectively back to love. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I just had Yogananda come in, talking to me about his mission when he completed it. It was a very beautiful thing. Sorry, that's what it is. I won't do any, yeah, sorry. I'm not prepared to bring anybody on live today, but I will be doing that very soon. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate the invite, and I thank your support. I really do. What William says about communicating with our pain worked for me more than once. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much for sharing that. I am just me. I said that, right? That's good. I like that. Hey, Star, don't resist where your soul wants to go. Sometimes people may be rejecting you because you need to go somewhere else. You need to, it has nothing to do with them. Sometimes they're rejecting you because you need to step your function of love upgrade. But you have to decide what the moment means for you. But I'm getting very strongly that you need to release your resistance to move into a new direction in your life. You need to stop fighting against the river of life. Okay. Will my cat Tommy want to stay at my neighbor's house overnight for the next month? Your cat's going to have a strong tendency to want to go back to the house. So they're going to have to really watch the door. Because you're part of his life now, and he's part of yours, and he's going to instinctually, because animals are very instinctual, they operate and define their experiences by their bodies. His natural tendency is he wants to be in this familiarity. All animals like familiarity. That's why your body can get into habits really easy, because the body likes familiarity. So your cat's going to want to try and get back over there. So tell the neighbor to keep a close eye on the cat, especially around the doors, especially around the windows, because the cat will go through screens If it's strong, if its instinctual desire to be comfortable is strong enough, it will go through anything. I had a dog named Sam. He got the nickname Subway Sam because one day Sam, I left him at the house, and it was the first time I'd ever left him at the house. And I jumped on the subway to go down to my mother's in a different part of the city of Toronto. And I'm going back, geez, 40 years. And unbeknownst to me, Sam tried to first scratch his way through the door. It was a thick oak door, and he literally took it down like a quarter of an inch of this oak was taken out of the door with his claws. When I got home, that's what I saw, this door. And Sam wasn't there. The door wasn't open, but this gouging the door. I went upstairs to the second floor bedroom window, and he dove out the second floor window. And Sam was a border collie lab cross. Very loyal, very trusting. I love him so much. He comes around every once in a while. And he jumps out of the second floor window, and he knew the route. So he crossed the street. There's a Victoria Park in Danforth. He crossed the street, went down to the subway, Victoria Park subway station, jumped on the subway, jumped on a subway train. People tried to get him off the train. He got off the train. The CTC workers tried to corral him. And unfortunately, Sam jumped out to get away from him because he knew where he was going. He jumped in front of a train that had just entered the station and got hit by the train. Fortunately, the train was going fast enough and Sam was light enough that he stayed on the front of the train. When the train stopped, he fell to the ground. And he got up and started running down the track in the same direction that the train was going, which is where we would normally go on the train. Long story short, your animals, when they are instinctually bound and familiar with certain things, will do anything to restore. They'll do anything to restore what is familiar to them. That's why it can be so hard to break habits, because your body gets familiar with that habit. It gets at home with the habit. And then you have to teach it and break the habit. You have to teach it to not do that. A lot of people think, I can't help myself. No, that's not true. You've just trained your body, and your body's more comfortable doing that than you've taught it to do anything else. Anyway, Subway Sam, that's a great story. Sam actually lived and survived that subway train. He had a broken shoulder, and he had a torn side, and we had him all fixed up, and he lived for a few more years after that. Beautiful dog. I love Sam. I haven't told that story in a long time. Beautiful. So yeah, you want to make certain your neighbor really, really watches your cat very, very well. Oh, thank you so much. Well, my wife is an amazing, amazing woman. A force to be reckoned with. She could hold her own with any person on this planet. She could carry on a conversation with anyone, anywhere, at any time. She is divinely guided. One of the most claircognizant people I know. By claircognizance means she gets direct knowing of things. She just knows stuff. Highly intuitive. So yeah, I adore her very much. Sometimes not enough. Here we go. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't know if I answered your question or not. There's a lot of questions here. They're still coming. Thank you for that, Dr. TM. I appreciate that super chat. Let's see. Thank you for that. You're very welcome. Hi, Abigail. Question. Guidance between me and my daughter. Thank you, William. Abigail, I'm going to say the same thing to you that was said earlier to this other person. That you have an immediate, all parents, anybody who's a parent here, what you think and feel affects your children, especially when what you're thinking and feeling is about them. If you're feeling a certain way about yourself and you're thinking about your child, you will affect your child with those feelings about yourself. I feel terrible. I wonder how my child feels. They'll pick that feeling up from you. You have an immediate, instantaneous electrical connection between your loved ones and they with you. So when your children are in distress, you will feel it. And what was said to that woman earlier, and again, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact wording, but it is something to, from this point forward, my children will be divinely guided. Give that thought. Anytime you have fear or worry about your children, say, my children will be divinely guided from this point forward. You don't have to know what the meaning of those words is, because the meaning of those words energetically is very precise and specific in their intention and outcome. But your only duty then, Abigail, is to focus on it about your daughter. My daughter is divinely guided from this point forward. Yes. And she's saying to me, you are too. Your daughter's higher self is saying to me to say to you, you are divinely guided from this moment forward. Wow. Thank you, Abigail. Great question. Yeah, love to Norma. Love to you too, Drusilla. Thank you so much. I don't know. I don't think I'll get through all the questions today. Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Well, apparently I get this notification on TikTok says, your team has completed the first stage of the team quest. So to those of you that support me on TikTok, thank you so much. It means a lot to me because every time you support this channel, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook, every time you support this channel, you encourage the algorithms to share these messages and this information to other people. And that's really important. That's far more important than than the likes and loves. It's the effect that those likes and those hearts and those symbols and all those things, it's the effect that generates that gets more people to receive this information. That's more important to me. That's the underlying thing that you're creating by doing that. So thank you, team spirit. I'll call you team spirit for supporting this. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll get to that. Collective reading for all. Yeah. Well, this is a message for everybody. If you want to have a private reading with me, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. You can book a half-hour or 1 hour session for me, or you can sign up for one of our 4 courses that is available to help you on your spiritual journey and self-development. Again, thank you for the roses, Kathy. Appreciate it. Kathy, you've been with me since the beginning. I really appreciate your support. Just like Drusilla over on YouTube has been a mainstay for us. It's really helpful. Anchors. You're very welcome. I do wish to, but I need to get another opportunity so I can move. Well, you can have that. Ask for it. You just did. Thank you so much. This has been a challenge for my children, and the fear around it, or fixing things. Yeah, I know. The tendency for parents to want to fix their children is beautiful and difficult at the same time, because you have to know really whether or not it's time to let your children figure things out on their own, or is there guidance that you really need to give them. But you have to be truthful. Do not let your children fall into the mistake of lying to themselves, right? Because that's become a thing in the last 20 years. Lying has become a thing in the world, that even politicians and the health industry and pharmaceutical industries have fully indulged in the practice of lying. Fully. And that's become normal for people to pretend and lie. That's not okay. That's evil. Lying is evil, right? I've done my share of it, believe me. We've all done it. We've all made mistakes. Yeah, cats are beautiful. Thank you, William. One day I'll book a reading with you and join the classes. Well, you decide that one day. That one day could be right now. That one day could be next week. You decide. Ask and you shall receive. If you're open and receptive to that experience, make that decision. I'm open and receptive to that experience of the class or a reading, or I'm open and receptive to the experience of a new job, or I'm open and receptive to the new experience. You have to be open and receptive to receive. You have to be open and receptive to receive. If my hand is closed and you try to give me something, if I try to get this glass out of the other hand, it's not going to happen, folks. If the hand is not open, if you're not open, you cannot receive. It's that simple. It's really simple. Buddha tells me that all the time. He says, William, stop thinking. You can't hear anything new if you keep thinking. You have to have an open mind. You have to have an open heart. So make a decision. I'm open and receptive to this now. Right? Yep. Oh, we've actually caught up on TikTok. And I think we've caught up on YouTube. What? Thank you so much. So Leslie on YouTube is asking, is there anybody who can help me? Well, Leslie's got a logistical problem with the health industry that is about to be resolved. Leslie, remember what was told you many months ago, that the darkness would fall. And it is falling and collapsing. It is falling and collapsing right before your very eyes. You don't see it yet because it looks like the building is still standing. But you know, when they demolish a building, and they say 3, 2, 1, and you hear all these popping sounds, bang, 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 bang. But the building doesn't fall right away, and then suddenly it does. So the demolition crew has been put in place. The explosive were put in place. Evil is about to collapse in on itself like a demolished building. Isn't that wonderful? I want to wish you all a wonderful day. I want to thank you all for coming out. Remember, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, if you want to book a reading or if you want to sign up for Masterclass 102, Liberation, which is coming up in just a few weeks. And I'm going to wish you all much, much love. I want to say thank you to the Divine Collective and the other beings that came and spoke through to us today. And I want to wish you all much, much love and have yourselves a wonderful and a joy-filled weekend. Bye for now.